Kyle, I have a proposition for you. What if Alex Maisonette was British and even more incompetent?
God. Listen, you drunken bastard. Ray, stop fucking about. I know it's my birthday, but them Mexican bastards are... Happy birthday, Larry. Oh, fuck.
Hello, welcome back to the 152nd episode. Good, Bad, Bad Show, watch terrible movies. So you should too. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Shilligo, joined once again, and as always, by the other host, Mr. Kyle. Kyle, this film, I don't know where I found this. This was I do. It was a fan recommendation. Yeah. I tried to go find it, and I can't remember where or who it was.
This is another film where we're crossing the pond.
Oh, yes.
But unlike last time...
This may be the most British film that has ever existed.
Unlike last time we would cross the pond for Taffin, in which we had just goo eyes for Pierce Brosnan. Because why wouldn't you?
Of course, Pierce Brosnan.
This is everything that can be possibly bad about independent filmmaking.
Yeah.
Where's the warrant?
Where's the warrant?
What's the name?
Right?
What's the name?
What do you think the name is? This is
What's
champagne.
it? You fight! You fight!
Put it down! Put it down! Fuck off!
This movie fucking sucked. So last time, you know how 2 weeks ago we had Robot Jocks, which was a hidden gem in the sense that it's actually just a pretty good movie. This is...
everything but.
You could not... I'm not sure that you could make a worse film. I don't know if it's possible that you could make a worse film. Holy shit.
I will say that somehow I was able to follow a narrative. Somehow.
I texted you like 15 minutes into watching this movie. I was like, Kyle, I'm 15 minutes in. I have understood, I believe, 6 words so
very
far
very cockney like accent.
Now listen here, Larry. Come on, mate. You're into everything. How many strings do you want to your bow?
I want that back. Because the champagne gets that Black Mountain Bank. She's got international power.
Well, they're from Gatwick, because the name of the film being Gatwick Gangsters. And it's that mixed with the terrible audio quality made it impossible to understand anything anybody said.
This might be one of the worst sound mixings I've ever seen.
Well, why don't Ray Razor sort her out and get rid of her?
That fat bitch is too connected. And Ray don't want the old below his house.
It's ridiculous.
Well heard.
Yeah, it's terrible. And again, I have a hard time understanding some British accents on a good day, like mixed well on like a good TV show. You know what I mean? On this, holy fucking shit! I was like, I don't know what any of you were saying.
Oi! Did you see a sign up on my fucking door that says it's the end of the fucking rainbow?
I'm a man here doing business. You go on around that corner and have a fucking wank for yourself. You're larger, man.
Every now and then I'll hear a fucking, and that's like the only word that I'm gonna, which they say a lot.
Yes, they do.
The Brits fucking, they love to say fucking. Like it is every other word in this movie.
Fucking about.
Hell bells.
Fucking wank.
Fucking tit. Fucking mug.
So the movie jumps right. I think this is from like 20. This is not that old, by the way. This is like 2010 or something like that. But it jumps right in. I hit play. By the way, this is available on Vimeo to rent or buy. We bought it, but it's you can watch it on Vimeo. There's a trailer. It's like $3 to rent or whatever. As soon as I hit play, chaos broke out.
Come on!
Patch over to Major John Stocks. The bomb's been picked up by satellite and it's squawking.
You boys ready for this, yeah?
And I was like, "What is happening?"
Yes.
It's just like nonstop random like scenes for like 30 seconds of just random shit.
Fuck you!
Yes! Fuck you!
That I think is not I think it's random moments from later in the film.
But even when they show up later in the film, they're also like cut
differently.
Oddly, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it jumps right in and I was like, what is happening? Because they're talking about there's like a bomb that has been picked up by satellite.
The bomb's been picked up by satellite.
And then I was like, what am I supposed to be? There's like a gang doing a drive-by. I don't even know how to talk about this movie. So once again, I must stress that my notes are incompetent and I don't know what to tell you.
Well, they're only to match what you witnessed.
Yes, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
After we get the drug-induced like hyperactiveness of the 30 seconds, we are met with the opening credits, which is just a woman on a pole,
a stripper
on one side with a gun.
She's got a gun.
And then what is it on the? It's
a Union Jack made out of like sequins. It's the British flag that's again made out of like sequins billowing in the background, and then a little circle of video, like an oval masked out video that is just like random clips from the movie.
I'm from gleaming, he begging and pleading to Christ, boy. Admitted this the hardest shit you heard in your life, boy. Directly from the street, you don't want it with me, boy. Niggas say real, niggas stunting to me, boy.
And then some credits.
And then credits, and then it cuts to the opening title card, which is again the sequined British flag with the world's worst font over it. And it just says Gatwick Gangsters, and I was like, I can't. I will say this movie, more so than any film we've watched in quite a long time, gave me a really bad headache. Like this movie, legitimately, the sound mixed with the accents and the fact that everybody's yelling the whole time. By the end, I was like, please end.
Fucking firm fucking hates your fucking guts because you're a little mean, little wanky fucking arsehole.
Please, I need this to end. This needs to end for my own sanity. I need this to end.
Some of the accents get thick enough to where what it reminds me of is in Hot Fuzz, where they go out to the one guy with the West Country accent, and they have to bring a translator, and then a translator for the translator.
Yeah.
Oh, Ozzy Mombo.
Right. What did he say?
Said it has his edge, huh? He only chopped him down because he couldn't see the view no more. What's he known about?
What did he say?
I will say, I think if I had better audio quality, I would have been able to follow most of it. It's not like the accents they're not like that as bad as the guy from Hot Fuzz, where it's like, what are they
Walter
even?
Frey?
Yeah, or even like when I was in Scotland, some Scottish accents are even, oh my god, like it's it doesn't even sound like English.
I was actually quite a lot of fights when I was jumping about like that. Two guys walked up to my pal and called my black bastard, and about 12 boys ran around the corner and started battling him.
Because in this, again, they're all like, I don't know what the name for their accent type is, because Britain's made up and it doesn't make, I don't care.
Like,
but
Gatwick is close to Southampton?
I don't know where Gatwick is.
Anyways,
but yeah, so they all, and there's also some Irish people show up later.
Yes.
There's like an Irish gang that shows up later in the film.
I know who you are. Your father, Jack Cole, killed my brother. The deal's off. We're taking a woman back to Ireland with us.
But then this movie does a thing where it pops up like, it's like title cards of like scenes.
Oh yeah, because we have to know where everything takes place because there's nothing to identify anything.
Yes, the movie is so incomprehensible that they thought, well, okay, we'll just put title cards up that kind of explain stuff, and even those don't really help at all.
What it reminds me of is in the Transformers movies where they'd always have like some city scene and they put up like New York, LA, Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is just different parts of Toronto, but okay.
Yeah, and in this one, it's just like usually like character names or like sometimes, and we'll get to it, there's one later that's just literally a summary of what the scene is about. Like it's like a whole set.
When it was like Ray Razor's hideout.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we'll get to it. But like this first one just says like Diamond Larry. It just says Diamond Larry. I'm like, okay. And they're just like shooting pool.
So come on in, Larry. What's so important I've got to rush around here?
But then this movie, I don't know who edited this film, Kyle.
Oh, I know who.
Who? Did Champagne edit this film? Fuck yeah, Champagne! Woo! She's the best.
She is a true auteur.
She really is. We'll get to her in just a second. She's about to be introduced. But they're shooting pool. And again, we get a random cutaway, which happens constantly in this movie.
My index is the reason you see in the light, boy. My chrome green, begging and pleading to Christ, boy. Admit it, this the hardest shit you heard in your life, boy.
I want some more information about this Black Mountain Bank.
I think what happened is that Champagne heard about the idea of parallel action at one point, and it like rattled around in her head somewhere and was like, okay, I got to do that when I edit. I'll show parallel action.
Because it can cover takes.
Right. And so all she does is just randomly, we will be in the middle of one scene, and for like 2 seconds, we will cut to some other scene that has no context and we don't know what's going on.
Yep.
And then we will immediately cut back to our previous scene.
Mountain Bank. There was champagne in it.
And I'm like, what was that? What was that?
What was that?
Is King Abdullah Hamil El Sahara.
Tell me, what is this deal?
So the deal.
If the press get hold of this, they'll have a field.
Every time that somebody talks is only when the audio comes in, and then
Yes.
it does that completely.
Yes.
Now listen here, Larry. Come on, mate. You're into everything. How many strings do you want to your bow?
I want that bank. Because your champagne gets that Black Mountain Bank.
Every single scene has music behind it.
Oh my!
Even when it doesn't call for it, even when it is the most it's the worst music you could have for.
Incongruous. Yeah.
Yes, it makes no sense with the situation.
So many scenes, there's like dramatic things happening, and then like the Pink Panther theme plays over it. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Fuck you too! You lucky bastard! You lucky fucking bastard!
That's the other thing that gave me a headache about this movie. Is that, or even worse, they're talking, somebody's doing dialogue that I assume I'm supposed to hear, and there's a song with lyrics,
so loud
with
too.
lyrics playing
Yes.
over it. So it's just somebody singing. It sounds like fucking Dropkick Murphys are singing over some Irish guy on the phone, and I'm like,
Listen, I wouldn't normally trust a fucking camel jockey as far as I can throw him, but this geezer's a king. He's cake old and he's on the level. I can feel it in my water.
what is happening? Oh my god, it's a nightmare. But I love this. They're seeing they're playing pool. And Diamond Larry is like shooting pool, and in order to do his pool shot, he has to slide his gun out of the way. He slides it down the pool table so he can shoot. And then his little partner guy that's there with him like walks away for a minute, and then all of a sudden,
not just that, they have to do like the most British thing possible, which is, "Oi, fuck off! I got to take a call."
What's that? You'll fuck off.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. It's every. This movie did not help dissuade my stereotypes about British people. This movie cemented every stereotype about British people that you could possibly have in your head.
You're a little mean, little wanky fucking arsehole!
But yeah, he's like, he walks away, and while he's gone, Champagne, who we saw introduced briefly in like a flash cutaway shot where it just said Champagne on screen underneath her, walks in with
like one of the 3 weapons you could legally have in the UK.
Yeah, and it's one of the ones they use constantly in this movie, where it's like a break barrel shotgun with like, it's like a double barrel shotgun, but like they're on top of, I don't know what it's called, whatever. And she walks in and she holds the shotgun up to Diamond Larry and just shoots him in the fucking head and kills him. It's incredible.
Happy birthday, Larry. Oh, fuck.
But yeah, that is Champagne, the true auteur.
She is the writer. Well, one of the writers, one of the directors. There's like 3 credited directors.
And one of the editors.
And one of the editors, and the main character, the main star of the film. Her name, by the way, Champagne, is spelled Shampagane, I believe.
Now,
and that's her only name. But so somebody's like, you just started a war because she killed that guy.
Right, you know what you're doing. You just started a war.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
But then she goes out to the field and she calls somebody on the phone, and I legitimately thought because then we get ADR of her voice, and I was like, is that her or is that a guy doing her voice?
Your Majesty, look, listen, I'm excited on this deal. 500 million quid, right? It buys the freehold to Gatwick Cargo.
I think that's her voice, but that shit was cracking me up.
So the first part of this plot is that for somehow and some reason, they have control of the customs department at Gatwick Airport.
Just imagine what you can bring in with no customs. Your own customs, 500 million quid. Let's do the deal.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad you followed any of this, because I did not.
So they have control of customs there, and they are selling the ability to get customs in and out of the UK through Gatwick to whatever Middle Eastern kingdom. This
where the king is from. Yeah, because she does say she makes the deal with the king.
Your Majesty, look, let me come and see you, all right? Your Majesty, 500 million quid.
So that, and we hear this over the phone, so that he can import drugs or something, I think is what's going on. And then during that conversation, we cut immediately to the prince. I think the son of the king is being interrogated by MI6 or something, and they're just beating him up. And I was like, what? It was impossible to follow. But he calls them English pigs 6 times in this scene. He just keeps calling them English pigs over and over again.
Fuck off, you English pig! Burn in hell, you English pig! You're dead, English pig!
But then we cut back from the interrogation scene to Champagne on the phone still, and she's talking about how she's gonna set up some rich stupid. She goes after rich stupid men, that's her MO or whatever.
I'm after a rich stupid man.
And then when she gets done with this call, she's just like, "Thank you, love you, bye." It's such a weird ending to her super her organized crime phone call. It's amazing.
Get me an appointment, Karen. Thank you, love you, bye.
Then we get a title card that says "a year ago."
Yes.
And we're in a helicopter that is on the ground. I think what happened, I'm pretty sure it seems like we get 2 different helicopters in this movie, and they're always just sitting on the ground. And to me, what it looks like is they went to an air and space museum that allows you to go sit in old helicopters that don't work anymore, and they filmed their.
Well, they have B-roll of one of them in the air.
Yes, they have B-roll of one flying, but every time they're filming in a helicopter, it is sitting on the ground, and it's sitting on the ground in a place to me that looks like a park, like a museum or something like that. But they're in this military helicopter, and it's the king and his brother, again, from unspecified Middle Eastern country. There's whatever.
And then just some random dude.
His henchman, the brother, or the king's brother's henchman, or whatever.
It looks like a guy who responded to a actors needed ad at the local pub.
He's just wearing a t-shirt. It literally looks like they just grabbed him off the street, and they're just like, "You're gonna be this guy's muscle," and he's like, "But I don't fit in this scene at all." And they're like, "Fuck it, who cares?" And so basically, the bad guy who is our current bad guy kills. He's the brother of the king in this flashback, and he kills his brother and usurps the throne.
Yes.
I think.
I am your brother.
He stabs him in the chest with a knife. It's great. But because the king was mad at him for using chemical weapons on their people or something. Yes. I don't know. It's crazy.
You have gone too far. انت رحت بعيد يا اخي.
You are weak, my brother.
And then he sends a video message to MI6. And now I think what happened is that we are now back in current time, but there's
nothing to signify that.
Signifier for that.
Greeting, the Jack Cole, head of MI6.
The video calls in this are fantastic because they just open up like a Nokia and then they
flip phone.
Yeah, and then they composite the video over that.
And not well. It's just like cut out in the middle, like floating there. It's incredible. But he calls MI6 and is like, "Release my son." And this, I think, is in reference to that random scene we got a few minutes ago where they were beating up that guy and interrogating him, that's his son. That's the current king's son, and we just got a quick flashback to watch him murder his brother and usurp the throne. And now he's threatening MI6 to release his son, or he's going to put an atomic bomb in Gatwick Airport.
That I will be placing atomic bomb in London, in Gatwick Airport.
I feel like MI6 would be like, good. Fuck, like,
fuck Southampton.
Fuck Gatwick. Yeah, like they'd be like, who cares? Like 8 people live there. I don't know anything about Gatwick. 8 of the same identical bald white guys live there. We don't care.
Everyone in the cast is a bald white guy.
Every single guy is identical, and they all look like Hank from Breaking Bad. Every single one of them. And I could not, Kyle, for the life of me, I could not tell them apart and who. Because they all have nicknames. There's like Pitbull and
Pitbull was the only one you could identify because he had
a little
just
hair.
enough hair up there.
A little bit of hair. And then there's like Pitbull and fucking what is
Large.
that? Large.
Yeah.
And then all of Large's henchmen all look exactly like him.
They do.
And I was like, well, is that like a sweet ploy like Princess Amidala? How like she would dress like in Star Wars? How Keira Knightley dressed up just like her to like to throw people off the trail. He has all of his henchmen just look exactly like him. I could not tell any of them apart for anything.
Eamon, get out of the fucking pub! Eamon, don't you fucking aim at me or I aim at that fucking gun up your arse!
And it kind of becomes important later because they all have different relationships with Champagne in different ways. And I was like, but I don't know who you are.
Yes.
So now they're threatening to blow up the UK or England if they don't, with an atomic bomb, if they don't release his son, I guess. Then we cut from there to like some British politician office, and we find out, I think, that Champagne's dad works in the government.
Yeah, he works. I think he works.
MI6?
I think he works in MI6.
Okay,
he's like some sort of coordinator, commander, leader type thing. Like he calls the shots.
Yeah.
Your daughter Champagne is doing business with a known terrorist. He is King Abdullah Hamil El Sahara.
Something like that.
That should be a problem that she is a broker for crime families.
But it's not. It's totally chill.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's so chill that he sends people to like protect her during her crime dealings.
MI6. Assigned by your dad to protect you.
Which we'll get to. So again, incomprehensible. Then we get a scene that is titled the hacking of Champagne's bank account.
Yeah, it's so good.
I was like, what the fuck is happening? And it is now, I guess they released the prince because he's now out.
Yes.
He's out, even though they're still gonna do the bomb thing. I don't know, whatever. So they released the prince, and he hacks into Champagne's bank account
and just drains it completely.
The dumbest hacking
it's so good. They just have a bunch of like mindless code.
Yeah.
That makes it. I'm sure it's completely incomprehensible.
Oh yeah. They went to that one website that's like computerhackerformovie.com where you can just like slam the keyboard. Yeah. Exactly. They just do that, and then he gets all their money, both her and Large, I believe. Yeah, he like gets in and steals all their money.
£100 million on your account now. Their account is empty, Dad.
You have done well, my son.
We cut to Large's pub, which I don't know if you noticed, but the sign for Large's pub is in papyrus. I was very upset about that. Yeah. But then some gang comes in and they're yelling at each other about cocaine or something. I don't know and I don't care. Something British happens, and then that's like 90% of this movie. And it's like then something British happens. I don't fucking know.
Oi! Did you see a sign up on my fucking door that says it's the end of the fucking rainbow? I'm a man here doing business. You go on around that corner and have a fucking wank for yourself.
Then Champagne shows up, and Large is mad at her for being more successful.
No, she was using his money to make this deal with the king.
Okay.
So she as a broker, she leveraged his money for this deal, and then it got drained.
And that happens later, though, I thought. Because in this first scene, I don't think that has happened yet, but because I don't think Large is aware that his money's gone yet, but I could be wrong. But they're arguing about something. He's very upset that she's like going to be more successful than him.
Large, so let me get it straight. All this is about
that you're scared that she's going to succeed and you're not getting a taste of the action?
No. I don't like some fat bitch with fucking tits getting the better of me. She's making me look a fucking mug.
She's making me look a fucking mug. I'm like, your language is not real, British people. That's, you just make up words.
God. She's making me look a fucking mug.
Oh, it's amazing. Also, by the way, spoilers, Champagne's a rapper.
It was love of my life. All I wanted to be was his wife. Struggle like losing ace. You were like a doctor with a needle telling me it won't pain. I struggle like a losing ace.
Kyle Champagne's a rapper. And by rapper, I mean somebody bought some terrible tracks and then she talks over them. Hold on, I have clips, baby. I got receipts.
Shame to lose your street cred. And you're just so jealous of what I do. Struggle like a losing ace. You was love of my life. All I wanted to be was his wife. Struggle like
he was love of my life.
You were like a doctor with a needle telling me it won't pain. Struggle like a losing ace. Dealing with Jimmy and the crew.
What is this?
It's her rapping, Kyle. It's not rap. She's just talking. Also, it's all just random clips from this movie, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's amazing. Don't worry, I got more from her YouTube channel.
Oh
we'll fucking get to it momentarily.
All right.
Hi, this is Champagne.
In fact, right now, because I was on her YouTube channel when I found that rap song, and there's also... So clearly this YouTube channel is her and her husband, who I believe might be large, or he's somebody in this movie. He's one of the bald identical guys in this movie. And it was apparently like a joint YouTube channel because all of the most recent videos are like promo videos and stuff for this movie. But if you go back just like a year or like a little bit, like you go back like before all the promo stuff for this, it's all just videos of her husband talking. He's apparently like an HVAC guy, and it's just videos of him talking about like heat pumps and like how to like service your like
that's awesome.
your boiler or whatever.
That's great.
It's so stupid.
That's awesome.
He asks, my central heating pump is noisy. Well, the best answer to that would be, it's probably dragged in some air from the system.
But there's also a video, and I gotta find it, of her promoting this video or promoting this movie.
Hit me with it.
And she is wearing this wig. I got just listen to her talk about movie reviews. She gets mail. So this is her answering mail, Kyle. From
I think I know what this is. It huge? Like,
did you see this?
I think I may have seen this, but
hit play and listen to her.
Oh my God!
Letter in from Georgie Wilkinson. Hey Georgie, and Georgie asks, what is the best film review site to go to? Well, look, everybody's a film critic, and really, you like a film that you can relate to. So I'd have a look at some of them online, but seriously, film critics, reviews, it really depends on what kind of genre film you like and if you enjoy the story. Because most of the time, just remember, you've got to relate to the writer's views and opinions and imagination. So when it comes to film review, you make your own reviews up.
Also, I need to know, Brian, what species of cockatoo is she?
When it comes to film reviews, you make them up. You make your own reviews up. And I was like, that is somebody who's been told by several reviewers that her movie is shit. Yep.
Oh my God.
It's fucking amazing.
Well, I'm not sure if you saw the Vimeo link that we got, if you expanded it down to
I did not look at that.
Oh boy. One of them is, I can't understand why this film has so many one-star reviews. It must be from a lot of disgruntled actors who got their scenes cut.
Yep, that's it. That's what it is. Oh my God.
So when it comes to film review, you make your own reviews up.
So then, yeah, we find out that the king hacked or they find out that they hacked Champagne and stole all their money. We also get a random scene of her making out with some guy. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know.
What, you fucking in the toilets now?
Then at the pub, some random new woman shows up and kisses Large and then starts shit with Champagne. I don't know what this is or what's going on there. But Champagne just bottles her.
Yes, it's
Bitch!
And then gives Large Diamond Larry's finger and is like, here, have his finger. I think that's the guy she shot earlier. I don't know.
Here, it's Diamond Larry's finger, alright? And your fucking account is closed. Fuck you, you prick!
Then we cut to a graveyard where Large confronts some other guy. I don't know who any of these people are, but the graveyard is completely out of focus. I mean, everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's out of focus.
But this graveyard, all the buildings like 6 blocks away are in focus, and everybody in the foreground is completely out of focus. And then I love they cut to some random spy satellite footage that I don't know what it is, and a guy is in a room like, yeah, keep following them. Follow them.
Follow target and hold positions. I repeat, follow target and hold your position.
And we use that clip like 8 times in the movie, by the way, of that guy being like, keep following them.
I think it's supposed to be MI6.
Yeah, I know it is supposed to be MI6, but I don't know who they're following or why or what in this moment. But then we get a shot of Large finding out that his bank account's empty. And it's a composited, it's the Motorola or the Nokia flip phone with like his bank information plastered on it that they clearly photoshopped in like 3 seconds. It looks so fucking terrible. It's incredible. Then we cut to Greece. Why are we in Greece, Kyle? Because that's where Jimmy is, Jimmy the Bubble. Is that a character that makes sense to you? I thought you understood this movie, Kyle. You said you understood what happened in it, Kyle. You don't know who Jimmy the Bubble is? Jimmy the Bubble is integral to the plot of this film, Kyle. He's in Greece hanging out with the pretty ladies.
Oh, okay. In
Corfu.
Yes. Yeah, I think is he American, right?
I don't know.
Anyways, they have this awesome like music, this like Bahamas like style music going. It's got like it's very
like
tropical.
Island music.
Yeah, it's island music. And during this whole thing, he gets a call, and one of his, I can't remember if it's his daughter or what.
It's his sister.
She gets kidnapped. She's being tortured.
Yes.
But we keep that island music going.
It's like, dun, 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 dun. She's like, no! Oh, God! Oh, they're hurting me!
So, Jimmy, see what I got here? Your sister.
It's like, dun, 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 dun. It's so fucking amazing.
Dude, help me!
But yeah, some very buxom woman who is apparently his sister gets kidnapped by Large's men or something. I don't know. But they call him up and he gets a video. Because we go to Greece like 3 times.
Okay.
And one of the times we go to Greece, it's literally, I'm like, oh, somebody just went to Greece on vacation and we're just getting like vacation footage for a while of them like lounging by the pool in Greece or whatever. Like, what is happening? But then again, we just cut back to England and now some men are coming to kill Champagne or kidnap her or something.
Fucking traitor! You're a fucking traitor, you piece of fucking shit, you bloody
Shit what?
Because she's at this house making out with this other guy who I don't know. By the way, the props to Champagne's top. It is doing work holding her breasts. I don't know how they weren't just everywhere in this movie because they're like barely being held in. But she's making out with this dude and some guys are like walking up outside with guns. And then the guy she's with is like, I'll protect you. I think it's her husband, maybe? I don't know. He's like, I'll protect you. Come on. And they run outside, and then he immediately just puts his gun down, and they get kidnapped.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck?
Listen, forget the past. You need me to protect you. Now, let's go.
They get kidnapped. He clearly gets his ass beaten, and he's like, "Yeah, well, you know, maybe we can get you out of this, but I'm fucked." So.
Yeah, I love it. They're sitting in the car, and he keeps saying to her, because she keeps talking, he's like, "Please just shush, fucking shush.
Just fucking shoot us!"
You're gonna fucking die slow one. I ain't doing it now.
Please, just shush. Fucking shush.
He keeps saying shush over and over again.
Large is in the passenger seat because remember we're in the UK. Drivers, it's everybody has a right-hand drive, but he's in the back with a shotgun just pointed back at her the whole time.
And they drag them into a warehouse and set them down on some hay bales.
Now, let me ask you something.
Or
How much trigger discipline do you think they have in this movie?
Very little.
Yes,
very little. I don't think they know. But then they cover him in gasoline while she pleads for like 10 minutes. Like, don't kill him. He's not part of this.
No, please.
Don't kill him. And they're like dumping gasoline on him. Spoilers, they will never light anybody on fire.
No.
They dump gasoline on several people in this movie.
Petrol, Brian?
Sorry. They dump petrol on several people in this movie, and then nothing happens because, like, nothing, they don't do anything with it. They just dump petrol.
It's like, here, we're threatening. Look at our threat.
Yeah, and then, they never do anything. And then so they just beat the shit out of her husband. There's some great sound effects of that.
You think you ain't look yet, boy, do you? You're gonna really hurt.
And then we end up there. They drag her into a boxing ring.
Yes. What was that about? Why is this boxing ring here?
I don't know. But they have her in a boxing ring, and then her husband we cut, and he's like tied up in the front scoop of like a backhoe or something. And there's one guy in that scene as they're walking that like all the other like gangsters in this are like usually in like a dress shirt and a tie or like a suit or whatever. There's one dude there who like looks like they like somebody's kid. He's like in skinny jeans and like a band t-shirt, and he's got like a rake over his shoulder. And he's like, I'm like, what is
I'm threatening.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Where is my fucking money? I couldn't even pay my fucking bar bill at the pub. Where's my fucking money?
So then, as you mentioned, they find out that she used Large's money to do some deal, but then the king of, again, unspecified Middle Eastern country got all of her money. I don't know how he got into her account or why they know each other, really. Because she had a deal with him for some
for the
smuggling the whatever. So they stole all of her money.
Good son.
And now Large is in trouble because he can't pay off his debts or something. Something like that.
This is how incomprehensible this movie is.
So Large hires some Irishmen to kill. This is where the Irish guys show up. They're the guys in the masks in the boxing ring. And then when they find out her name's Champagne, they get like spooked or something. They're like, oh no.
Somebody gets shot here. Was it the
a shootout breaks out? Yeah. Because Pitbull shoots one of the Irish guys.
Yes.
What do you need? Stop! Put your guns down!
And then we find out immediately after this that Pitbull is MI6.
Not Pitbull, are you?
MI6.
Mr. Worldwide himself is MI6. And he was assigned by her dad to protect her.
Yes.
So her dad knows she's doing all this crime stuff. And I guess this is kind of the idea is like it's about like the corruption in the system, maybe. I don't know. But her dad, as part of MI6 or whatever, knows she's like running drugs and doing all this crime, and it's like instead of doing anything to try to stop her, it's just like have one of my men make sure she doesn't get killed. It's so weird.
Complete waste of resources.
Oh god.
Hello, Champagne. You will have got it by now.
I don't remember what even happens next. The Irish people leave, I think, or
one of them's dead.
One of them's dead,
who is the brother of, I guess, the leader or something. He always makes a point. They fucking killed my brother.
They fucking killed my brother, man. Do it. Yeah, of course I'm ready for it. You fucking killed my brother, bro.
Well, yeah, but I thought that was in relation to earlier when she killed Diamond Larry. I thought the brother. I thought
if we could make sense of this, we could. You know, we would.
Have no fucking idea. I have no idea. But anyway, so she needs money.
Yes.
So she leaves and she goes to meet up with Charlie.
Yes, who is like another broker, I guess.
Yeah, whatever. He's running in a different gang. She shows up at like his car shop or whatever, and she comes in to talk to him. And I love. She's like, I need $5 million, or I don't know. She needs some X amount of money.
Yeah.
And the way she's like, so swipe your card, and she just holds up. And he like a fucking card reader.
That's not connected to anything. Yes.
It's just the card
So
reader,
ridiculous.
and she's like, swipe your. I was like, what? That's not how that works.
I don't know.
You owe me 5 million quid. Stick your fucking card in there.
Large comes in at some point because she's taking a while or whatever. Immediately points a gun at somebody and says they're an undercover cop.
Yeah, and then nothing comes of that.
Yeah.
Nothing ever comes of that. The guy's like, "Are you a cop?" He's like, "No," and he says he's not a cop, and then we never return to that at all.
You fucking fair. Why are you fucking fair?
Ain't no fucking fair. Come on.
They're fucking fair.
But then
this could give you a good like threatening Charlie scene where he goes, "You two, bring him around back." They take him out back. You hear a gunshot, and then they go on as usual. I was like, "Oh, this guy's actually a threat."
They don't. This movie has no idea how to tell us. The story is not. It's chaos. It's just.
Yeah.
They wrote like they had like they like she like snorted a line and was just like write just write everything you can for like it's chaos. But then my favorite part of this movie, maybe it's up there. She walks in. Because Charlie doesn't want to give her any money, so she's got to threaten him, and she does that by walking in with a belt full of TNT.
Of explosives, yes.
What the fuck? Oh, fuck on out of here, man.
Pay the money.
She's gonna blow herself up.
Blow everybody up. And Charlie's like, all right, I guess I'll give you some money. And he gives her the money, and then she leaves.
Shoes on the other foot now, mate, innit? Hey?
And this is the moment too where the shot, all of the people that came with Large, you get this shot behind. It's Champagne in the front with the explosive belt, and then it's all of Large and his men behind her, and it looks like you're playing a video game with bad crowd effects, and they just copy pasted the same fucking person over and over again. They're all identical. It's amazing. And then as they're leaving, there's a random drive-by.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is or what. Who cares? Doesn't matter.
Fuck you!
Then we get a random intercut shot of a fight ring. What is a fight ring? That never goes anywhere.
What?
You're going to do that job for me, okay?
Somebody gets kicked through a drywall. And it's like, what's happening? And then it's just like a montage of like stuff. I think this is supposed to be like them using the money she got to do different stuff. So they're like using it to bet on like a fight ring and then like selling drugs to bikers or something. I don't know. Because there's a whole gang where there's a woman who has a light machine gun.
Do you
there's
think
a woman who has a fucking
machine? Yeah,
I was like, what the fuck?
Do you think for that scene where they went to the motorcycle gang, they just found every Harley they possibly could in England and were like, hey, everybody who owns a Harley, go ahead and come to this location. And that's everybody. Because,
that's all of them.
Yeah, it's all they could import.
Also, I will say, I don't know if this is true. UK listeners, let us know. Are biker gangs in the UK just soft as shit? Because the guy walks up and just murders the two bikers sitting in the front, and none of the rest of them do anything.
Yeah. Now, if that was Hell's Angel, I mean, they have in the US, we have biker shootouts, not all the time, but often enough.
I don't know about all the
time.
And
they are fucking massive.
Well, I was just like, they just don't even, they just murdered two of the biker gang, and the rest of the biker gang's like,
okay.
I guess we'll just let you do that. It's so weird. and they just watch, but they somebody steals the drugs from the biker gang, which none of this matters. I gotta talk about real quick the guy who has a dead spider for hair.
This is gonna turn out a right fucking job. What's that? Why can't Ray do this in fucking self? Look at where we've got to fucking pick her up.
Yes! Yes! What is this? I saw that guy and I was like, I can't handle this scene. What is this guy? I can't.
He has, literally looks like a tarantula died atop of his head. It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting.
Oh god.
Oh god. Then there's a diamond deal. I don't know what this is. They get again at the Air and Space Museum. They have the helicopter and a guy. They trade some diamonds with British Dr. Phil. I don't know what the fuck. There's also a random shot when they're talking about where the diamonds came from, like some clearly pre-purchased B-roll of a guy in a mask breaking a window.
Now, if you're gonna do trade with international gangsters, you're gonna have a situation where you could get hurt or somebody you know. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
Thank you, Dr. Phil. That guy, yeah, it's fucking wild. Then after the diamond deal, somebody just grabs Champagne and is gonna kidnap her. Or no, and they say they're cops or something, and they have a warrant, but then Pitbull is like, no, you're not real.
You have the right to
fucking work with you. Get your fucking mouth.
Not only that, did you hear what was the audio that was under it?
No.
So they like grab her. I guess they put a bag over her head or something. Right?
Well, that's two of them. It happens twice. The first one they don't put a bag on her head.
So they're taking her away, and while they're doing that, they're reading her Miranda rights.
Are
I was
they?
like,
You have the right to
fucking work with you. Get your fucking mouth.
you're in the UK. You don't have Miranda rights in the UK.
Are you sure about that, Kyle? Do they? They might have ye olde Miranda rights.
You have the right to remain silent.
I mean, every law, everything is just 18th century Saxony like law. That's like what all laws are based on in the U.S. So it wouldn't surprise me.
But Pitbull just starts shooting fools left and right.
Yes, he just starts shooting. Another shootout breaks out, and he saves her. He goes and grabs her and gets her back from the fake cops or whatever. And then as they're driving home, another gang tries to kidnap her, and they like show up with barbed wire and start like shooting people.
They start like garroting them.
Yeah, but they're all fine. But then she gets out of the car and points a gun at Pitbull and is like yelling at him.
If I could find out that you have fucking done this.
And I don't understand what happened. He just saved her and now she's mad. I don't know what's happening. I don't know.
This guy has to be on the level with you. For what reason would this guy in a criminal organization out himself as an MI6 agent?
I don't know. I have no idea. Then she shoots a different guy. There's a guy who gets in the car and is like trying to grab her, and she gets the gun out and just puts it in the guy's face, and he does not react. And then she shoots him in the face. It's like, okay, great, fantastic, well done. Then we finally get also over all this chaotic violence is the Pink Panther music is playing. It's just like. Yeah, it's literally just like that. I was like, what is happening?
Fuck you too! You lucky bastard! You lucky fucking bastard!
And then we get the sweet, sexy fishnet legs from the trailer that is like in every promotional image for this fucking movie. And they're not even relevant. They walk down an alleyway and then we never see them again.
Yep.
It's so stupid. Also, somebody clearly told them to walk really sexy. So they're swinging their hips so clumsily. It's like, it's like, oh my God. Okay. So then Charlie now has, I guess, Charlie's gang and is working. Charlie is working with somebody else and they have Champagne now, and they're gonna like blow torture.
Yes.
Kyle. I had a note 10 minutes ago in our notes that just said I have a headache. And
throughout this whole movie, I can only understand two things. A is that a lot of for everything that Champagne is getting in trouble for, she brought upon herself.
Well, yes, because she's like a crime lord. Yeah.
Yes, and two, that everybody is trying to kill her, and she somehow magoos herself out of each situation.
Really does. She really does. I love in this one too. The editing again is so bad. He starts the blowtorch and is like bringing it up to her face, and Charlie's like, "Hey man, that ain't cool. Don't blowtorch her." And then it cuts, and we cut to the guy lighting the blowtorch again, and it's like, "Oh, you just used 2 takes."
Yep.
Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Charlie!
He's gonna blowtorch her. Meanwhile, bald white guy number 349 is coming to save her. I don't know which one this is. Maybe Pitbull, maybe Large, maybe somebody else. Who knows? Strangles some dude. Meanwhile, she's getting her boobs touched by some guy. I don't know what's happening.
When they find your body, you must find my brother's name in your skin. Do you know my brother's name?
But I think it's Large shows up just in time to save her. Like at the last second before she gets blowtorched, and is able to get out of there. And then they start fighting with each other.
How many fucking men have said that to me, mate? Diamonds, mate. Where are my fucking diamonds?
Like they start arguing because Large there's a scene where Large is screaming into the camera lens at her. Like he's screaming at her, but we get it from first person. And it's like, I don't know what's happening.
You bitch! You fucking bitch! All these fucking years! All these years you now wipe me out! My bank accounts are frozen! I'm fucking skint!
But then they like make out.
Be with me now, it's our time.
Or no, she gets his gun? She gets that shot. I think I'm having a stroke, Kyle. I don't know what's happening.
I gave up on this movie a long time ago.
Then she makes out with Pitbull.
Yep.
I honestly, I think at the end of this movie, because she threatens to kill Pitbull, and then like 2 scenes later, she's like making out with him. It's all nonsense. I have no idea what's going on. Then we get a title that says Operation Arin or something like that, and I don't know what this is. Every scene is just British people screaming incomprehensibly. That's every fucking scene, and I don't know what's going on. We also cut to some place where there's a guy whose girlfriend who was having a fight with a guy. She gets kidnapped or grabbed and put on like tied to a dolly.
Yes, it's so great.
I don't even know who these people are, Kyle.
So
characters just appear.
They just have a bunch of gold.
Yes.
They had this one guy named Georgie Boy or something like that.
I'm glad you know him. I don't
he's
know
like
any name.
He's like
is this the tattooed guy or a different guy?
Well, no, that's the dude that they're taking the gold from.
Yeah,
the tattoo guy. But the other guy, he's got like a green goatee going on. He's like I think he's like a connection guy, but he like is constantly betting on stuff. But anyways, he was trying to move this gold for some bizarre reason, and the guy this tattoo guy just had all the gold for reasons.
Yes, I agree.
For reasons.
I could not, gun to my head, could not tell you what any of the reasons for anything in this movie are. I love to.
They put it up and you just like, dude, I'm just gonna save you time. Just do it.
Pull the trigger. Come on. Let's have it. Pull the trigger.
I love that when they're like threatening to like light his girlfriend on fire, they keep calling her a bird because again they're British.
Always wonder what a crispy bird tastes like.
And but they use the sound of her screaming like 6 times in a row.
Yes,
the exact
and
same.
Somebody else is like talking over that too,
and it like clips at one point. Yeah, it's
You're a good boy, son.
No chance.
really obnoxious. And then there's a helicopter. MI6 shows up, I think.
And they start shooting fireworks. There's a composite of fireworks fireworks over this whole thing.
Fireworks explosions as MI6 rolls up, and I love that it's like this. The guy in front is just he looks like me. He's just like this chubby middle-aged guy. I'm like, it does not look like an MI6 special agent, and he's just shooting everybody.
Dirty little. Maybe this is just me being an American, but for our British filmmakers, if you want a good foray to the international market of military British kicking ass, use the SAS. That's a lot more threatening.
Sure.
What? Come on.
I don't know. Is it MI6 James Bond, Kyle?
Yeah, that's James Bond. But SAS is
yeah, I know. I'm aware.
Okay.
I played Navy SEAL games in the.
Yeah, you played Call of Duty.
I played SOCOM 2, U.S. Navy SEALs. I believe the SAS and the Spetsnaz are in that. Spetsnaz. I'm aware of that.
As an American, I'll just say SAS seems a lot more intimidating.
Sure. I'll take your word for it. But just smoke and explosion graphics over the top of everything, and they move with the camera. Like, it's just all so terrible. It's incredible. And I love as they're taking the gold out, it gets taken by the feds, and we cut to this old guy who's makes a phone call, and his sentence, I'll never get over it.
It's all gone tits up, mate. The feds have got the fucking gold. Yeah, listen, I've got to go. Bollocks.
Yes.
Everything in this movie could just be titled some British bullshit. Like, it just be every line could be what the subtitle is. Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Oh, God. And then somebody calls somebody a little wanky asshole.
Because you're a little mean, little wanky fucking arsehole.
I don't know. And then they threaten to shove barbed wire up some dude's asshole.
Yes. Have you ever heard of a prison enema?
No, but it sounds terrifying once they explained it. Yeah, I mean, they explained it in the movie.
X-Ray, explain to him what we do.
You know how this fucking works. Put the barbed wire in the hose pipe, take the hose pipe out, and I guess you walk away with the barbed wire as a gift.
Well, I mean, are we gonna have the movie explain it? Or
yeah, I'll just put with the clip from the movie in. I don't need to listen to you explain it. That's good.
Because you're a little mean, little wanky fucking arsehole.
Then we get a random CG shot of a body in a morgue.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's clearly like just an asset set you bought.
And it's a completely CG render.
Yes.
Like, it's not, it's.
And the thing is, not the only one that we get. All the bought asset stuff we get at the very end of the movie during the ending credits.
During the credits, yeah.
Because clearly that was just a bunch of shit that she bought and then edited it in.
Wanted to use somehow, yeah. So then we randomly cut to a sex dungeon. What is that? There's a woman and a man tied up in like a BDSM dungeon, and there's a shirtless guy licking a knife, and then they get murdered by the MI6. What was that, Kyle? What was that scene? Why was that in the movie? Who were those people?
Brian, it was quintessentially British.
Who were those? I don't know who they were or what. I don't know what that was. Oh my God, it was so infuriating. Then Large gets taken to an international body part smuggling ring. They say that. Yes. In the movie.
Oh, you stumbled across an international body parts harvesting ring.
You've walked into an international body parts smuggling syndicate.
What? You stumbled across it?
That's very specific, but okay.
I don't understand.
Is this where he gets like pulled out for the rest of the movie because he's being captive?
Large?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's gonna get cut up by a chainsaw, and he disappears from the rest of the movie. Well, we're only like 15 or 20 minutes left at this point. I don't know. We cut away from him. Oh, and this is where we get the subtitle, where it's like explains the entire scene. So normally it's been like names of characters or locations. This subtitle says, Terry Head Firm's mission: get the bikers coke back off Ray Razor. That's the whole subtitle. So you can't just write what's supposed to be happening in your fucking title card.
They totally forgot the interior.
Yeah, right? It's fucking, oh my God. Then, like I said, they blow up the sex club. MI6 kills them. I don't know. The dude with the chainsaw is gonna kill Large, and Large is like, fucking kill me with your chainsaw, you coward. Fucking do it. Cut me up with your who cares?
Fucking cowards. Is this the way you're gonna fucking do it, is it? Well, you fucking fight like real men, you piece of shit cunt. Hey?
He threatens everybody to kill him.
Yes,
everyone,
all the time. Then we cut to Russia.
Yes.
Where they're inspecting the bomb, and you know how we know we're in Russia, Kyle? Because we cut to a scene of a bunch of guys sitting around a poker table in the back of a fucking barn with Russian vodka on the table and a Soviet Union flag plastered on the wall.
All we were missing was the Soviet Union national anthem.
Yeah. Yeah, and nobody's wearing an Ushanka, but like, oh my God. And then there's a scientist there who's like inspecting the bomb or something. I don't fucking know.
I would like to know, not that I have any interest in doing this myself, mind you, but I would like to know what who offered the job for some scientists to wire a nuke.
I don't know. The Russians.
Yeah, I mean, sure,
guess.
but A, who puts that out for a job listing, and B,
Craigslist.
who answers it?
Craigslist.
Craigslist got old Soviet era nuclear warhead. Can need help programming? Please reply.
So then they get the bomb is now being smuggled into the UK on a boat. It's like going down.
And it's not that it's being hidden.
No,
it's out in the open.
Top of the boat. It's just sitting there.
And I love how their nuke just looks like Fat Boy.
It's an old bomb. Yeah, this is like an old ass metal bomb that they had sitting around.
Fat Man and Little Boy.
Like, so they're on this boat, just a giant bomb on this boat. And then the king from the Middle East remotely activates the bomb, the timer on it.
The atomic bomb's been picked up by satellite and it's squawking. The king has activated it by remote control.
So it's counting down, and now I think the MI6 is collapsing on the bomb, and we get a giant shootout. Like, they just start shooting everywhere. And Kyle, I say a giant shootout. You see people shooting, and there's like 6 gun sound effects. Like, they don't, like, they're always separate. They don't layer any of the
we
gun.
get the firework composite again.
Oh yeah, firework composite is a constant. But like, there's never multiple gunshots happening at the same time, even though we see people shooting everywhere. You get like 6 gunshots by themselves. It's, oh my God, it's so terrible. Also, the Pink Panther music still playing through all of this. And then I guess MI6 wins because we see a bunch of random chaos during the shootout, and then all of a sudden they're just standing over the bomb, like, all right, we gotta defuse this.
Yay,
it's like,
go
what?
us.
Also, this movie has not been about this atomic bomb. It's been a crime movie.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, the end of this movie is basically just about them defusing it. Like, that's the big climax.
Yeah, they're defusing a Soviet era bomb, and they're like,
just start cutting wires.
Start cutting you like it. He's like, oh, I don't know any of this Soviet shit.
And I love, he even says, just remember, the color codes are different in Russia.
It's old Russian shit. Whoa, remember the color codes are different in Russia.
It's like, is that? I don't think that's as simple. I think it's more complicated. Whatever,
Yeah.
Who cares? But he just starts cutting random wires. He's like, red, blue, black. It's not good. It's not working. And then I guess he cuts one more wire, but we don't see it, Kyle.
Come on, we've got 20 seconds left.
Oh. Well done, John.
We cut away to the guy in a random room who's just like, woo, You got it with just 1 second left, but we never see him do the thing.
Yeah, there's no clock or anything.
No.
Also, there's like an
well, there is a clock, but they never show they show it one time.
There's like an iPhone stuck in the corner too.
Yeah, that's the clock. It's like an iPhone stopwatch that they had running or whatever. Oh my god! And so we've cut to a control room, and the guy's like, "You did it, 1 second." Good job. I was like, okay. And then I don't know what this is. We cut from that to a random shot of a car driving, getting hounded by media.
Time for a drink, lads. Copy that.
Yes.
Who was that?
I think that
The
was
king?
no. Champagne's father's retiring after this one, and so he's being questioned about his involvement or something.
I don't know how you got that. I'll take your word for it, though. But then, Kyle, explain this to me. Champagne, Pitbull defuses the bomb.
Yes.
Pulls out his phone, calls Champagne, right? I think.
Maybe.
Champagne? Well, you forgot about me, babe. Yeah, I love you too.
Maybe it's not, because I swear to God, he calls Champagne and is like, I love you. We should get married.
Babe, I'm on my way. What? You're a banker now, mate. I'll send you an invite to the wedding, mate.
And then it cuts to Champagne, and she's in a church.
Yes.
Dressed all in black.
Mourning large.
Yes, mourning large, because he was killed by the body harvesting cartel or whatever. She thinks, but she's about to kill herself in this church.
I love you, Large. I love you, and I'm so sorry. Fucking so sorry what I've done.
And then Large walks in and like grabs the gun.
Is this what you want to do?
And they start making out, and they're gonna get married. But I thought, on my life, Kyle, I thought she just said she was gonna marry Pitbull. I thought Pitbull called her, and she was like,
maybe I don't know. Maybe polygamy is a thing.
Maybe they're going. Maybe, and good for the. I don't know. Good for her.
They do as they're leaving this church.
You know what? I will say, if she married Pitbull and that guy, she'd have a very hard time knowing which one she was fucking. Like, it would be very difficult to tell the difference.
As they're leaving the church, they said, "Hey, let's go rob a bank," because they're still bad guys.
They're still bad guys. Yeah.
Let's go rob a bank.
And then the first shot in the credits, Kyle, is like some queen with crazy makeup. What the fuck is that? Kyle, what the fuck is happening?
This is where they get all the acid stuff. I'm not ready to pass out.
I don't fucking. This movie's bad.
This movie is beyond bad. It is completely incomprehensible.
Oh my god, it really is bad, and it's as much chaos. It has a lot of elements that normally would lean it towards being bad with how incompetent it is. But it's also so incomprehensible that it's very frustrating to watch.
I am going to give the movie one benefit. It's behind a paywall that nobody's going to pay for.
True. It's not free. It's not free on Tubi or whatever. This movie can't hurt too many people. Just us, because we're fucking idiots. This movie's been watched by like 6 people. I guarantee it. It's everybody who's in the movie.
Disgruntled actors.
Yeah. Everybody who's in the movie, and then all of Champagne's friends, she probably sends a copy to. This movie's fucking bad. Gave me a headache. I could not wait for this movie to end.
Like I said, I felt like I was about ready to pass out, losing my mind, just rehashing
it. It's impossible to follow. It's a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. Kyle, as always, people can do us a giant favor by heading over to patreon.com/GBorBB. Support us there for a few bucks a month, get access to different stuff. You can also support us by buying our merch on tpublic.com.
Yes. Which we are not sporting.
No, but
it's there. You can get mugs,
all kinds of stuff.
Awesome stuff.
All kinds of good stuff. I have a podcast called This Film Was Lit. We're talking about movies that are based on books. When this episode is out, the most recent episode will have been Inkheart, which is a 2008 film starring the one true love of my life, Brendan Fraser. But I don't know anything about it. So yeah, that'll be what's out when this episode is out. Sometimes we stream on Twitch, twitch.tv. The address is on the screen. It's just our names, but you can find that there. Kyle streams more often than I do. And I believe that is it. I think we're also getting close. Look out for information about, and I'll put a little clip from the trailer. Pocket Man and Cargo Boy 3.
Rise
of the Vipers. I think it's Wrath of the Vipers. It's either Wrath, Rise, or Revenge. It's one of the three. Viper Sniper.
Viper Sniper. One of
those. Starring yours truly.
What? Did we make an appearance in the movie?
You can check out the trailer. I'll put the clip in. I'm sure they won't mind. But also, go watch the trailer. Get hyped for that. I believe it's supposed to come out sometime in this summer. They're not exactly sure when. But when it does, we'll be talking about it. So look out for that. Get excited for that. And until that time, keep watching movies.
Don't
fucking watch
Gatwick
Gangsters.
Gangsters. Just no.
Don't fucking... Unless you really hate yourself.
Yes.
You really... want to feel if you want to have a headache, you like desperately need to have a headache.
Yes,
perfect.
It could be a way to torture somebody you maybe have an issue with. It could, much like Clockwork Orange, just pin somebody down, put a little liquid in their eye every now and then, and force them to watch it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
Don't. My lawyer's telling me that you should not tell people to do that.